Welcome everyone to a new YouTube video here on my channel. Today I bring an Esper Yorion Doom with you post-ban, and people who know me from my stream, they know this is like one of the earliest things I always do. I want to see the power level of Doom Foretold, and I have to say, I feel right now it's actually really strong. I'm 7-1 with the deck, and I want to talk about why I built this deck, my reasons behind it, why certain cards, and yeah, let's just dive into it. So when I built this deck, I was considering the meta will consist of rogues, green based aggro decks, and Rakdos. Like those three decks I was 100% sure will be there. So I tried to design this deck to tackle those type of decks, and yeah, let's just see what cards we choose against what deck. So we have Yorion, Sky, Nomad as the companion, which makes this deck an 80 card stack, which is already nice against rogues, right? So if you have 80 cards, it tends to be way better. And yeah, Yorion. I will go over all the cards single one by one now, and then I will talk about certain cards that are really good. So we play the Charming Prince, 2 mana 2/2. When it comes to the battlefield, we can choose one, scry 2, gain 3 life, or exile another creature. We control, and it comes back in the end step. So this card with Yorion by itself is an endless loop. You play Yorion, bounce Charming Prince. Charming Prince comes in, exile Yorion, and then you can use Yorion to get all the other cards, all the enchantments out of the game, and you just keep getting value, because Yorion says when it enters the battlefield, when they exile any permanent, non-land permanent we have, and put it back in the game in the end of turn. So those two together is the classic loop. That's what it is. We play 3 Glass Casket, 2 mana artifact. When it comes into play, we exile creature with power with cost 3 or less from the battlefield until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield. This is nice. We can also flicker with Yorion if we, for example, get a Stonecold Serpent or any token. We get value off it. And other than that, it's just a good removal spell for 2, right? Yeah, it's just a really strong card. It works well against Monogreen rogues. There's so many targets with it. I really like it. Also against Croxa. Then the Birth of Meletis. I have 2 of them. It's a nice 0/4 defender on the second trick of the saga. On the first trick of the saga, we get the plains, just to have an extra land on our hand, which is really nice. And then we also gain 3 life on the first step. Omen of the Sea is a 2 mana flash. When it comes to play, we can scry 2 and draw a card, and just really, really strong. Also an enchantment permanent, which goes really well with Yorion. Since we can flicker it, just really, really strong. Mazemind Tome, 2 mana. I love this card. It's an artifact. We can tap it and scry. We can pay 2, tap it, draw a card. If the card has 4 counters on it, so every time we use an ability, it gets exiled and we draw 4 cards. But we can also reset it with Yorion, right? We can flicker it out with 3 counters, comes in with 0 counters. So there's definitely something we can do here. And here the star of the deck, Dance of the Manse. 2 mana X. Return up to X target artifacts and or non-aura enchantment cards, each with converted mana cost X or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to the other types. So if you have 8 mana, we pay X6 and we just get back this card, 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 this card. So we have a lot of cards we can get back. And on top of that, if opponent plays rogues, they mill you. If you have Dance of the Manse on your hand and you return all your cards from your graveyard onto the battlefield, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So this card is really good against rogues, and is one of the main reasons we also dived into this, because there are multiple cards that work really well against certain archetypes right now. Then we play 4 Elspeth Nightmare. I think this card right now is just gas. 3 mana is a saga. The first saga says destroy target creature and opponent controls with power 2 or less. This hits most of the rogues. This hits the Channeler. This hits the Maya Triton, zombie tokens. There's just many target that it hits. So that's already really good. The second step is also nice, because we can check the hand and we can choose a non-creature non-land card from it, and we can discard it. So it's a discard, right? So there's already a good trade for it. If first and second happen, we actually 2-for-1 them. And then the third step, which is also so good against Rakdos right now, also nice against rogues, is exile target opponent's graveyard. Perfect. That's just perfect, right? So this card overall is so strong right now that I want to have it a 4 in the main. Treacherous Blessing, 3 mana, it comes into play, we draw 3 cards. Whenever we play a card though, we lose 1 life. That's the downside, but then again, we can flicker it to draw 3 again, and we can also sacrifice it to Doom Foretold, which is the 4 mana enchantment that at the beginning for each play's upkeep, that person has to sacrifice a non-permanent, a non-land permanent. If they can't, they have to discard a card, we draw a card, we gain 2 life, they lose 2 life. But if not, it just bounces back from upkeep, upkeep, upkeep. And since we have many permanents, this is actually really good. And it works nice with Sagas if we don't want the last trigger as well. So Doom Foretold, just overall a really strong card. And yeah, it's also a target for Dance Demands. Then we play 4 bot vibes. I went 2 Extinction Events and 2 Shatter. Shatter destroys all. And if there's a creature with 4 more power into play, the person who has that card draws a card. Extinction Event is choose odd or even, and then we exile each creature with converted mana cost odd or even. So we have those in the main, and then we also run 1 Elspeth Sun's Nemesis, mainly because there's a lot of rogues, and having that escape card in the main feels really nice right now. It's not a bad card either in general. It gives us lives, it makes token, we can bounce it with Yorion, we can refill the loyalty, we can get it back. It's just having an escape card main, I think, is kind of what you want, and this is why we went with Elspeth here. Then we go to the 5 mana slot. This is 3 Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, 5 mana. The first is exile target permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Second one is attacks, so non-creature spells your opponent casts cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And then 3 return target creature or planeswalker from the graveyard and give it a +1/+1 counter or loyalty. We don't have too many creatures here, but it's still really good to flicker around with Yorion. We can get Charming Prince back to start the loop again. We can get Yorion back to start the loop again. There are many ways to do it. Then we play Yorion Sky Nomad, 5 mana for a 5 creature. Just also in the main, it's just so strong with this deck. And yeah, that's why I played main. Then we play 4 Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon is first a nice card to draw cards. It's nice in the end step to block. And on top of that, if we cycle this card, we actually can get it back with Dance of the Man. So an enchantment we can cycle and get back is really, really strong. So that's why we play 4 of, because it's so versatile in general. I really like Shark Typhoon. And we have also some extra lands like Emeria's Call, which is a land, a plains, or we get 2 for 4 Angel. I really like this card, and we also play 1 Seagate Restoration just in case. The land distribution is as followed. The main problem with the deck is we don't have a Triumph that's for Esper, so I went with 3 of them. You're gonna have a lot of tap lands, but you also have non-tap lands. I think this is the right way right now, I'm not too sure, but this is the way I run it. Here are the numbers again. And yeah, let's go to the sideboard. We played 2 Blood Chiefs first, again, in case there's really fast aggro decks. 2 Clinch to the Dust against Crocs and Rogues, really strong. Then we play 1 Essence Scatter, just to have a counter against certain creature decks. It's nice. I'm not too sure if this is that good, so this is the card I may be gonna change again. Negate. If there's a control deck and we want the negate, we want the negate. Mystical Dispute is nice against Rogues because against Into the Story it's really nice, and you can fight the Drown in the Lock as a 1 mana counter. And then we play 3 Archons of the Sun's Grace, also good against aggro. We have so many enchantments, we can actually trigger this a lot, so it's really, really nice. If there's only aggro decks, I will actually main this. And then we have an additional 2 Shatter of the Sky, so we have 6 board wipes. So yeah, this is the deck. There are multiple things, as I mentioned. This card is good against Rogues. This card is good against Rogues Green, most likely also. And against Rakdos, really, really good. We played Escape against Rogues. There's just so many cards that have synergy against the decks I try to tackle here. And as I said, I'm 7-1 with this deck. I really recommend watching the games. We played against a green-based aggro deck and against a rogue deck. It was a lot of fun. And I also had a fun on stream yesterday playing this deck. I'll keep trying and tune this. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. See you next time, and please like and subscribe and support me. I really appreciate it. As a Twitch streamer, it's hard to get into YouTube, but I try my best. And yeah, see you next time. Bye. Play first. Keep. With all our colors here, which is really nice. Blessing is always a really good card to have on your hand. Elspeth Nightmare is our removal, so we definitely have turns here, and we do like it. Having 2 print is nice. Yeah, this is all around a good hand. And yeah, let's see what opponent gives us here. I don't know how it is with you guys, but clearly winter here, even though it's just autumn. I feel like it's just cold. Okay, opponent cannot decide yet. Okay, so definitely start with this one, untapped land. Yeah, it's an upsand land. And you see Yorion, you kind of get the feel, I guess. Let's cry here. Oof. I want to have both. I'm not sure about the Omen there, but I want to have both. So best case scenario is us playing this next turn, so we can double spell Omen and Prince maybe. Golgari. Golgari. Well, that's good for us since we can destroy it. You die. Attack. Go. Yeah, this card is mainly against Rakdos, but it works against multiple type of decks. So black. Okay, sure, that's fine. Skyclave Shadow is a good card. Get rid of Hench. Okay, so that's a hand actually. We can Omen and Prince. Which I think I have to do. I have no problem blocking here. But the ooze is annoying. Well, I want both. Yeah, I want both. I definitely want both. I kind of have a feeling they have a land here, right? If they play ooze, it's fine. If they don't have a green, at least. Not happy about it. Okay, so we play Doom, they sacrifice the Shade, play Shade again. This is not good enough. Okay, that's good. At least they don't have the card I was scared right now. If they don't draw land and sacrifice Shade, at least Shades dies. Ooze is annoying. That's for sure. It's an okay card. So how do we play this here? I think we start a Doom play. And then we try from there. So it's probably the best play. No blocks. If they want to go for damage, they can. Maybe they play 2 creatures here. Okay, Extinction Event would be nice. Well, this is a target for Elspeth, which is not something. Just need to keep Doom up right now. I know the double ooze is a bit of a problem, but we're not gonna block. Right now it feels like I have to sacrifice Elspeth's Conqueror's Death. Okay, that was pretty good. Since they just loop. I need to find my removal spells. I need to find my Extinction Event or Shatter. Okay, especially now. Let's see what we find. Didn't find either of it. I'm kind of forced to block, I guess, at some point. At least our Doom does work. I'm not too happy about the oozes here, but Shark Typhoon at least can protect me a bit more. Yeah, that makes sense. Pushing the damage here. Okay, land. This Skyclave Shade is really strong. It protects them from my Doom really well. This gives us 4 life at one point, which is nice. So we have 1 creature here. It's important to know. I was too slow again, huh? Oh no, I have an upkeep stop. Nope. Draw 3, block. Yeah, I really need the life from the tome, so. Well, we take damage. But Doom still at least does something. Still looking for a board wipe. That's like the goal right now. Well, it's not a board wipe. So I take 4, I guess. Take 5, actually. Take 4, okay. They probably just play the Shade. If they have double spell here, it's gonna be hard. Okay, I'm happy about this. Well, that's annoying. Close game. Two angels. It's the best defense, I guess. Looks like the best defense. I mean, they can top deck anything, right? But having 2 angels here is kind of good. I'm a bit sad that we don't find board wipe, but if a land gives us 2 Angel, that's pretty decent. So we need to dodge lots of things here. Okay, they get the shade back again. At least they're both even. Maybe I have to sacrifice my Doom. Ooh, the double spell. Okay, I have to sacrifice the Doom here. Where is the board wipe? It's not a board wipe. There's not much I can do. I mean, I have to find it. I really try. I really do try. Still did not find it. So I'm forced to block the Ooze next turn. But I think I have to go for this. Then I go on 1. Then I'm dead. I cannot do that. I can still find the creature out of this shock. Oh, Glass Casket. Oh, this is so sad. I literally have 1 shot. Like, 1. But yeah. If there's not one of my board wipes in the top 30 cards against a deck like this, it's clearly shit. Because I go down on 2. And I can play 1 spell and then I'm dead. At least I can use my Shark Typhoons. Which at least is something. I need Shatter, so Shatter is the only card I need right now. Okay. So I'm dead. Well, you cannot find the card always, right? Well, that's a yikes. That's really sad. Oh, it's really sad, but yeah. It is what it is. I don't even know. I mean, I probably keep this. Definitely all my board wipes in. I can cut one of... No. On the draw, maybe playable. Shark, I want to cut 2. Huh. Maybe I can cut 1. And 1. Yeah. I just needed that board wipe. Now I have 6, so it's better. But yeah. We tried to find it. Maybe I should have played Yorion the turn before and draw 3, but then I will take a damage, go 7, they attack, I take 6, go 1, and then I'm dead as well. So sometimes the Blessing can be a really tricky card, especially in situations like this, where you try to do it, but well, you cannot. Okay. Cannot do it. That's an interesting deck from opponent. The Shades kept them from losing against the Doom Foretold. So the Shades are really strong there. They come back and 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 back. Opponent. That's some sideboarding tech here. That's some sideboarding tech right there. Okay. Okay, let's go. That's a keep. We had a good hand before as well, but we didn't manage to do it. Here, I think, at least we have a removal, we have the Blessing again. We just need to find the core card since we have 80 cards. It's definitely not as consistent as 60, but it is something. I mean, if they play a Shade, we easily play... Like, every creature here most likely will get Glass Casket, but the Garruk is actually the worst. Oh, wow. Nothing. That's perfect. This is where we draw our cards. We have to discard, but... We discard Blessing here. With Dance and Yorion, and it's just too good. Okay, this has to be exiled. So we have Omen, so we have 3 permanents, and then we have Doom Foretold next. We also have a Yorion, which is amazingly good. Okay. I kind of want to keep this just in case to have it. This is a really good curve here. Okay. Well, it's a bit annoying. Drawing 3 is just way better. That's what we're gonna do here. Should we actually do it? It's a good question, huh? They have to sacrifice this. It seems like the best move. Gives us also a creature. It fills up the hand perfectly. So value-wise, this gives us such a huge lead. And we're working towards our Dance. So we can cycle Shark Typhoon for Dance, which is really nice. So they can actually use a Gem Razor here on this card, which is the worst case scenario. But we cannot change that fact. So, okay. That's fine, I guess. So they discard next turn. Yeah, that's fine. It's really nice, especially since we can Yorion it without any problem. Gonna scry, and we want a land. Because we're gonna cycle the Shark Typhoon next. Try to dance in the Manse here. Yeah, the value, if we manage to get to a spot like this, it's really strong. Ooze and Shade definitely made it way harder than it should be. Don't even have to use it, actually. I'm gonna make sure that I discard the last card as well. Hench. Pretty good. Yeah, that's just it doesn't even need to have the dance here. Maybe it would be more stylish, but yeah. Again, I maybe cut one of those. They were good though, but I'm gonna add an Essence Scatter here. I kind of feel like I want to have my third ECD back in. I mean, Birth is actually better than I think. Need to cut the card. Probably a Blood 3 first. It's fine, but then again, it's 4 mana removal. It's only good if you have it early on, and later on, it's okay as a top deck, but you don't want to have too many, I think, against, like... They have many creatures with 3 powers. Oh, they can make, like, a snake a 3 power. We have to mulligan this. I'm not happy. Hopefully Archon will do something. Okay, that's something. Okay, so yeah, that's at least we get something here. At least we have a curve. Birth into Elspeth Nightmare for max defense. Okay. This is killable, which is nice. Oh, this is a really strong card. But we can block it one turn. I hope our Extinction Event hits really good. Like, anything that's 3 mana here would be beautiful. Or 1. Just odd cards, please. Play odd cards, opponent. That's an even card. That's a good draw. Okay. They only have even cards in their hand. Yeah, Glass Casket, and then we're gonna use Extinction Event later on. We take the 4 damage here, that's fine. If they top deck the Gem Razor here, yikes. But yeah, that's what it is. Usually I want to use this on Stonecoil Serpent, but the way it looked, it seems to be better if I do it like this. Okay, Shambler. Okay, we can take both. We have to do it. It's a 2-for-1. And if you have a land, you can Archon plus Omen, which is really nice next turn. Also having Yorion is good. So we get a lot of tokens, which is the main goal. So that's a 5/5 snake. Perfect. That was the perfect draw. Oof, I almost played the wrong one. So no removal spell, please. I mean, it's 5, we take 5. Especially since we can just attack and get life. Okay, they didn't find a Murderous Rider, so I should have played this in my turn, I guess. Actually take both. So here's where we attack first, and then we bounce Archon, so it's untapped again. Getting 5 life is really strong. We're gonna Glass Casket the Stonecoil here. I don't mind getting that card back. The 5/5 is more annoying. Especially with Reach. It's a lot of value. Yorion is an unfair card, so we're gonna play it. It's fine. No lands. Shatter is not what we need now. Okay, that's a lot of lands. And with Charming Prince, we can do this just again. And this time, our Glass Casket can take something else. Managed to do it. Game 1 was a bit strange, but yeah. Got the win in here, and let's go to the next game. No blue, but Tomes. That has to be a keep, right? I mean, to find cards with this hand is doable. If their hand is too aggressive, it's not perfect, but Scry, Tome, Birth, just feels like... Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna have a lot of cards on the field. I will Tome first. Could be Rogues or Demir or something. I want a blue land if possible. Ta-da. Birth is nice because we can actually use it easy with Doom Foretold. Okay. We pay 1. That's no problem. That is definitely no problem. Seems good to me. We're gonna play another tome and use the other tome for drawing now. Tomes are really strong here. Okay. It looks like a control, but I don't get this one. Well, one mana counter. Yes. So yeah, this is our draw spells now, because we play against control where Tome is really strong. Since we can just draw if they don't do anything. And hit our lands each time we have to. If they have Mill, Dance of the Manse is a really strong card on our hand. I will not scry here, I will just use this for draws. My turn. We have one card in the graveyard. Gonna slap in this one. It's a lot of draws. Oh my god, that's the wrong one. Oh, I wanted to play Blessing. That's a yikes. Maybe we get a counter. Wow, that's a... They want to counter this, right? They have to counter this. Otherwise the Enforcer just dies. This was I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh here, but that was the best Elspeth Nightmare I ever played. I played the Flash in a creature and it dies. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Actually hilarious. And we get a look on their hand next turn. Beautiful. And we draw another card. Well, you don't find lands. Into the Star is a pretty good card. How many cards do I have in my graveyard? 2 counters. Yeah, I'm not too sure. We're gonna get the counter, the last count out here. That's at least what we try. Wow, this wasn't countered? Okay. I did not expect that. I think we just passed here. We have Shark Typhoon and the Tomes up. I mean, we can expect this card to come in. They have one more counter, right? It's important that we hit the land there. So this is the card we want to resolve. We draw a card. No land. Okay, I'm not happy about this. Let's get the counter out. I want to find my land here. I don't mind discarding, I really want the land. Okay. Well, it just gets milled anyways. Discard a blessing here. Could have discarded a Doom Foretold, actually, it's maybe better. Did they main? Wow. Okay, so now we definitely want to find a land. There's no way that they can deal with it. Yeah, if we find a land here, it's going to be really strong. It's not a land. We have 1, 2, yeah, we have to find this land now. It's just too good. Come on, land on top. That's it. Not even sure if I take that one. Well, let's just do it. It's a creature. Okay, this dice. We have no plane left. We have a pretty solid board. We have to discard 2 cards here. You for sure, and you. Since we have so many life points, I don't mind having 2 blessings right now. Just don't know how they want to do this here. It's a huge board. That's what we call a huge board. It's not easy, especially if they have attacks next turn. And we remove a card on their hand. There's a lot of going on here. Oh, I love Doom Foretold, guys. It's just my jam. So they have to play Eliminate now. Or they just lose. Because it's 18 damage on board. Hurts, but yeah, sure. So this is, yeah, I mean, it's way too much, right? I mean, at this point, I have a full hand, I have max life. It feels, I don't know, it feels good. Okay, so usually we like cling to dust. Gonna play the disputes, and now we need to cut here. Elspeth Nightmare is definitely the weakest card so far what I see. They don't have allures, which is kind of awkward. I like Shadow more, I guess. I'm gonna cut the land. How good is Archon? A lot of removal, but Eliminate doesn't hit it. I can see myself trying it. I mean, they are good as well. I mean, Archon is fine, I'm just not sure how many of them. Maybe 2. Definitely Dance the Manse card. I'm gonna go 1 clinch. Shark Typhoon is fine. All the enchantments are good here. I mean, this one doesn't hit the Gargoyle though. I'm gonna cut to Charming Prince. I mean, the Flicker combo is fine, but the Charming Prince is a bit awkward maybe, because you scry and it just get milled. It always is like, you literally only need it to flicker. So it gets a bit weak on curve. Okay, this is playable. Since we have a Birth, we have definitely 3 mana. We don't have a blue though. Blue is the only card we need at one point. So let's hope we find blue. Otherwise this hand is... Okay, never mind. Never mind. We found blue. We found blue here. I'm gonna play Birth. Okay. That's a Thoring Fourth Thief. I mean, it mills too. But still, Dance of the Manse. Dance of the Manse is the card we want to play. Okay, this has to be Dance of the Manse. I mean, Clinch does is fine as well at some point. But Dance of the Manse is the nuts against them. Did they just went for Archon? That's interesting. Yeah, this can be milled. Again, if this gets milled, we can get it back with Dance, right? So that works out. I can also draw it with Shark Typhoon, actually. Or just with Clinch. Maybe I use the Clinch here to draw it. I think I'm gonna do that. Because if I'd rather have this available. So that's it. Anyways, there's another Glass Casket in the graveyard now. They have this party counter thing, so I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. Stop the mill a bit. There's another one. Agonizing Remorse. Okay, I wonder what I take here. I mean, it has to be Dance of the Manse. Dance of the Manse is so good. It's just so good. Like, our hand is really strong, and they will not mill us anytime soon. I mean, we take 2 damage. That's what it is. I mean, you have to take Dance of the Manse here. So Clinch to the Dust, actually playable again. Can get rid of all our lands. Okay. I don't need that card. I mean, it would have get milled, so I don't even know. 1, 2, yeah. How many? 5. Okay. Well, let's mill first. I want to mill my lands. I definitely want to keep the cards that I can get back with Dance of the Manse. Next turn we go for 4 Typhoon on their turn, so they have to tap out some mana. But I don't mind the milling here, like... Okay, that's good. More lands. Okay. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can already use the escape cost, which is so strong. Good card. If they don't counter this, we remove the thief, which is nice enough. And we get a look at the hand, which is also very nice. I'm gonna cycle a Shark Typhoon to hit my land 100%. So my dance is better. I mean, I have one more land, but I could also take Yorion here, but... Maybe I should take Yorion here, right? Okay, I'll lose that one. If they have a counter, we get that counter, and then we play dance, and then it should be over. I mean, right now, dance is not too good though. We need more lands. Okay. We hit the land. That's interesting. They couldn't play it. It's a big yikes. It's the easiest hard cast of Shark Typhoon ever. If this resolves against rogues, it's usually just GG. Especially like at this stage of the game. So they're gonna lose their Cleanse of Dust here. Again, Elspeth Nightmare hit again. What a great game. Well, I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, hopefully you liked the games too, and let's go to the outro. Wow, well, I have to say, this deck is absolute gas. I don't know what to change right now. There's so many cards I like. We defeated Rogues, and we defeated some Golgari aggro. Totally, I'm 7-1 with the deck now. We lost one game against Rint on Monogreen, but that was a deck, I mean, it played it really well, and we made like 1 or 2 mistakes. But overall, I think this deck is really gas. Elspeth Nightmare is so strong right now. I love this card. Also, Dance of the Manse, just, I don't know, I always love those cards in combination. I'm really glad I could do it. If you like those games, please hit the like button, subscribe, and maybe write a comment. And see you next time here on YouTube or on Twitch, DanyTLaw. See you guys.